everybody, happy Tuesday. I hope you're having a lovely day yesterday and you're ready to go again today. So today we're going to be looking at measuring time in seconds. So we've looked at minutes, we've looked at hours, we're now going to look at seconds. So I just want you to have a think about this question. What do you think seconds are? So pause the video now, have a think, have a discussion maybe with your parents or if you're with your friends at school, have a think. What are seconds? So I've got some lovely videos here that you might want to have a look at looking at. I will attach these to the Seesaw activities as well, so you can just click on the link to download them. These will show you a little bit about what seconds are, what minutes are and what hours are, and they're quite catchy songs as well, so you might be able to remember those. So here we have an analog clock. So first thing I want you to do, I want you to think which one is the hour hand, which one is the minute hand, and which one do you think could be the second hand? Have a pause the video now, have a think. So the minute hand we know is the longest hand. So the minute hand, well, not the fully longest hand because sometimes the second hand is longer. However, the minute hand is the block, the thicker one, which will be the minute hand. The hour hand will be the shorter, thicker hand, and the second hand is usually thinner than the minute and the hour hand, and is usually longer so you can see the exact times. Now normally on a clock this actually is a different colour to the minute and the hour hand. So for example, if the minute and the hour hand might be black, the second hand might be red. So seconds, there are 60 seconds in 1 minute. So the second hand moves around the clock once to make 1 minute. So if it starts at the 12, it will count every single minute, single second, all the way back into the 12. And I know that there are 60 minutes in an hour and there are also 60 seconds in a minute. So it will move 60 times around the clock until it gets back to the 12, and this will be 1 minute. Now I've attached a link here as well, which I will also attach to the Seesaw activities, so you can actually watch the clock on real time. So whatever time it is now, you can actually watch the clock and how it moves and actually get your head around, well actually we can watch the second hand moving first. As soon as the second hand gets up to the 12, the minute hand will move 1 minute. Then as it moves around again a second time, it will move another minute. So have a look at this and it will really start to develop that understanding of how a clock actually works. Now if we look at a digital clock, we can see a digital clock looks something. If it had the seconds on, it would look something like this. Now having a think, can you think here, which number is the hour, which number is the minute, and which number is the second? Think back to when we have done digital clocks and we've had 4 numbers. Think about what those numbers are, and that will help you to think about where these hours, minutes and seconds are. So if you said that the 10 was the hours, the 2 was the minute and the 56 was the second, you are correct, because we always start with, on a digital clock, the first number you see will be the hour, so what hour it has passed. A second section of after the colon is the minute, so how many minutes it has passed the hour, and if there is another colon and some more numbers, these will be your seconds, because these will count up to then go on to the minute. Now looking at this time here, 10:02, so 2 minutes past 10 and 56 seconds has passed. What do you think will happen to the number, or to this whole number, if 4 seconds pass? What do you think will happen? Okay, so let's have a look. So the seconds will reach the next minute, so the minutes will change and the seconds will change, and they will restart from 00. So let's have a look. So if we started at 2 minutes past 10 with 56 seconds, 56 will become 57, 58, 59. However, we never see, top tip, you never see the number 60 on a digital clock, because as soon as it hits 60 seconds or 60 minutes, it changes to 00. So we can see that 59, instead of becoming 60, it becomes 00. And because we've hit the next minute, my minute has gone up from 2 to 3. So I'll now let you to have a go at answering these questions on a sheet of paper to see what you already know about seconds. So how many seconds are in a minute? If you know how many are in 1 minute, how many seconds are in 2 minutes? If you know how many seconds are in 1 minute, you can tell me how many seconds are in half a minute and how many seconds are in a quarter of a minute. And then you can tell me how many seconds are in 10 minutes. So that one's a bit of a challenge. Think about what we've done when we've multiplied by 10 in the past. Once you've had a go at doing that, let's have a look to see if you have got them right. So we might have a question that looks like this. How many seconds are in 5 minutes and 13 seconds? Now there are a few different ways that you can work this out. You can either do it as a bar model, so just as I've done here. So I've split up how many seconds are in each minute. So I've got 60, 60, 60, 60, 60, because obviously there are 5 lots of 60 there, because there are 60 seconds in a minute. And then finally add in the extra 13. So I can either go and add all of those numbers up together, or a quicker way that you could do it. I know that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute, so in order to find out how many seconds are in 5 minutes, I can do 5 times 60. Again, just like I've said here, take off your 0. 5 times 6 we should know is 30 because we know our 5 times table. Then put your 0 back on, so I know 5 times 60 will be 300. Then I would add the 13 seconds on top, and this would be 300 add 13, which is 313 seconds. So I know that in 5 minutes and 13 seconds, there are 313 seconds. Looking at this question, then I'd like you to have a go. So you can either use the bar model that the method that I've just shown you, or you can use the multiplying method and the adding that I also showed you on the last slide. If you're unsure again, please move it back and use it as an example. So how many seconds are in 4 minutes and 26 seconds? Once you've had a go at working it out and you think you found the answer, press play again on the video and we'll see if you've got it right. So let's have a look. So how many seconds are in 4 minutes and 26 seconds? So I can do either the bar model method of each bar has got 60 seconds in for 4 minutes and then 26 seconds. So then I can either add all of those together, Or a quick way might be to do 4 times 60, because I want 4 minutes worth 60 seconds each. So take off your 0, 4 times 6. You can either do your 4 times table or your 6 times table. I know we know our 4 times table probably better than our 6s. So the answer was 24. Put your 0 back on, so that's 240. Then I need to add my 26, so I can do 240 add 26. So 40 add 20 is 60, add your 6 is 6, so that's 266 seconds in 4 minutes and 26 seconds. You might get asked a question where you actually need to know how many minutes and seconds are there in so many seconds. So for example, we want to know how many minutes and seconds are in 514 seconds. Now a way to work this out is we need to work out how many whole minutes we would get. So we can count up in our 60s. Now I know 60s is quite difficult, so we can just take off the 0 for now, count up in our 6s. If you don't know your 6 times table, just start and add on, write 6 down, add on 6, write the next number down, then add on another 6. So we've got 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54. So then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a 0 on the end so that we're counting in 60. So you can see I've got 60, 120, 180, 240, 300, 360, 420, 480, 540. Now, if we look how many seconds we've got 514. So we only need to go up to a number that is before that. So we can see that 540 is too much. So if we go to 480, and then we can count how many whole minutes we've got. So we've got 60, 120, 180, 240, 300, 360, 420, 480. So I know I've got 8 whole minutes there. So I know there's definitely going to be 8 minutes. Now I need to work out how many seconds is that left over. So there's 2 ways that we can do this. So the first way we can do it, we can either start by 480, which we've got with our whole minutes, and we can count up to the seconds we're trying to get to 514. So I could count 20, add 20 to get to my next 100, and then I could add the 14, which takes me up to 514. So I can add 20, add 14, which equals 34. So I know that there will be 34 seconds. So I know that there will be 8 whole minutes and 34 seconds left over. Alternatively, you might wish to do a takeaway. So you may want to do 480 taken away from 518. So if you work that out to find the answer, you should get the same answer as which you have just done by counting up. So you can either count up, just like I've just done, or you can take away to find how many seconds are remaining. So I know in total I've got 8 whole minutes, which is 480, and then I've got 34 seconds remaining. Now you might be asked to compare times, however, at the minute we've got minutes and seconds, so what do you think we're going to have to do? We're going to have to convert them. So first thing we need to do is we need to either put them all into minutes and seconds or all into seconds. I would probably say it's easier to put them maybe into seconds, because then we've got more of a rounded number. So how many seconds are in 1 minute? There are 60 seconds in a minute, so I can do 60 add 13 is 73, and then I can work it out. So I'm going to show you on the next page how to do that. So I've converted 1 minute into 60 seconds. I've then added the extra 13 seconds, so 60 add 13 seconds is 73 seconds. So I've wrote this underneath where it says 1 minute and 13 seconds, and then I've also got 77 seconds. And remember, when we are looking at comparing times, we are using less than, greater than, or equal to. Remembering it is like a crocodile's mouth, it likes to eat the biggest piece, it's a greedy crocodile. So we would say that 73 seconds is less than 77 seconds, because our crocodile will eat the bigger number. So now I want you to have a go at doing the worksheet. Please read the questions really carefully. I'll see if it's in seconds or minutes and seconds, so please have a go at doing that. Then if you pause the video, I will then show you the answers once you've completed it. Okay, so let's have a look at the answers then. So number 1, the table shows how long it took for the children to run a race. Match up each child to the same time. Okay, so we first of all need to have a look. So if they are 2 minutes, none of them have got hours, so that's why they all start with 0, 0. And they all have 2 minutes. So we now need to look at the seconds. So 40 seconds, the final number after the colon should be 40. So Annie should be with 0, 0, 0, 2 is 40. Dora should have 3 seconds, but remember it won't just be 3, it will be 0, 3. Tommy has 30 seconds, so the last number should be 30, and Teddy has 4 seconds, and remember it will be 0, 4 because it is for a 1-digit number. So using the fact that there are 60 seconds in a minute, write each child's time in seconds. So for Annie, we know that there are 60 seconds in a minute. She has run 2 minutes and 30 seconds, so I can do 60 add 60, which is 100. Sorry, Annie ran 2 minutes and 40 seconds, so we can do 60 add 60, which is 120, add the 40 seconds, which is 160. Dora ran it in 2 minutes 3 seconds, so we can do 60 add 60, which is, or 60 times 2, which is 120, add your 3 seconds, which is 123. Tommy ran it in 2 minutes 30, remember there's 60 seconds in a minute, so in 2 minutes is 120 seconds, add your 30, so it'll be 150. And finally, Teddy ran it in 2 minutes 4 seconds, so we can do 60 add 60, or 60 times 2 is 120, and then add the 4 seconds, which is 124. Number 2, Scott draws a bar model to help him convert 3 minutes and 17 seconds into seconds. Talk to a partner about why Scott's method works. So have a look here. So we've got 60 add 60 add 60, which gives us our 3 minutes, add our 17 seconds, which obviously is 197 seconds. So it just breaks it up so he can see what numbers he needs to add together. Complete the statements. 2 minutes and 17 seconds. If you converted 2 minutes into seconds, that will be 120. Add 17 is 137. 5 minutes and 12 seconds, so we can do 5 times 60, or 5 times 6, which is 30. Add your 0, 300. Add your 12, 312 seconds. 4 minutes and 42 seconds, so 4 times 60, or 4 times 6 is 24, add your 0, 240, add your extra 40, 280, add the 2, which is 282. 3 minutes and something seconds is 199 seconds, so we needed to work out how many lots of 60 went into 199, so we've got 60, 120, 180, and then I want to get from 180 to 199, so it is 19 seconds. Same with the next one, 367. If you counted up, we had 7 seconds remaining because there are 6 minutes in total, because 6 times 60 is 360. Again, for the next one, if you break it down and you work out how many whole minutes you would get 4 whole minutes and then 21 seconds remaining. And for the last one as well, 654 seconds if you count up, or you know that straight away 600 is 10 times 60, there's 10 minutes and 54 seconds remaining. Question 4, so you had to convert them first, so I would have liked to have seen you have wrote underneath each of them the number either in seconds or in minutes and seconds. So for A, you should have had 83 seconds is greater than 81 seconds. For B, you should have put 2 minutes is 120, add your 15 is 135, so it is equal to 135 seconds. And finally, 1 minute and 34 seconds. 1 minute is 60, add your 34, which is 94, so it would be 89 seconds is less than 1 minute and 34 seconds. So do you agree with Whitney for number 5? 327 seconds is the same as 3 minutes and 27 seconds. The answer is no. If you spotted, she was thinking that there were 100 seconds in a minute. However, there are 60 seconds in a minute. So the actual answer, we should have counted up 60, 120, 180, 240, 300. So I would have 5 whole minutes and 27 seconds remaining, not 3 minutes and 27 seconds. For number 6, how long does the roller coaster ride last in minutes and seconds? So it says it's 137 seconds long in the duration. So if I work out how many lots of 60, 120, so there's 2 whole minutes, and then 120 up to 137 is 17 seconds. Question 7, Alex, Jack and Amir are doing a puzzle. They want to know who did it the quickest. So Alex says I did it in 152 seconds. Amir says I did it 10 seconds faster than Alex. And Jack said I did it in 2 minutes and 42 seconds. So how long did each child take to complete the puzzle? Now I have to say it in seconds and in minutes. So obviously we can do Jack's nice and easily because his is 2 minutes and 42 seconds. So that's already done for you. Now remember, there's 60 seconds in a minute, so in 2 minutes there's 120, add 42, which is 162 seconds for Jack. For Alex, it says we already know his seconds, so we've got 152 seconds. So we want to know how many lots of 60 go into it. 60, 120, so I've got 2 minutes, and I want to know how many more seconds from 120 to 152, which is 32 seconds. Now Amir says, I did it 10 seconds faster than Alex. Now if it's faster at doing a puzzle, it means it'll be a smaller number. So we need to do 152, because that's what Alex got, take off 10, so Amir did it in 142 seconds. Now we could have either worked this out and counted up how many lots of 60 and how many remaining, or we could have just taken 10 seconds off Alex's time, so it would be 2 minutes and 22 seconds. And then Jack has said, I won because my time was the highest. Do you agree? Well, no, we should disagree, because if it has taken you longer to do something, so you've got a higher number of seconds or a higher time, that means it's taken you longer. It doesn't mean that you have done it the quickest or the fastest time.